measurements that I needed on the boards I needed, and I cut them with the miter saw.
Oh, so that they'll, yeah, I see.
So, how did I start? I started today by milling those boards out. And by milling them, I mean, I took a thin that I got, and I had to cut off both edges.
The live edge and everything, yeah.
I had to cut off the live edge on both sides. The other one's over there. In order to get this way. Okay, so when I started working on it, it was this rough. Okay? Now, I'm almost done doing this. You can see it's a lot smoother.
It's a lot smoother.
Okay, so I don't have a plane. I have a planer joiner that's small, but it literally will tear my wood up worse. Unless it's just for a certain application. It's not for planing lumber. My son, the genius, has a plane, but this is 2 boards.
Right.
And not only that, I didn't go up there and use this plane when I did all the cabinetry.
Right.
This is how I did all the cabinetry on this. Okay?
And this is?
It's a tabletop belt and disc sander. Okay? It's for doing fine work, blah, blah, blah. But I use it to plane lumber. Okay, before I had this, I just used a belt sander or a hand sander. So, and sometimes a by hand sander. Okay, so what I do is I just smooth them out, and then I work. And here's the thing: I could take lumber that I wanted to use, and I could plane it first, then run it over the sander. It'd be a lot quicker, right?
Right.
But you also, when you're working with thins, you're going to lose a lot of your wood.
Yeah.
So there's that to consider when you're planing. Also, for you guys, not all of you have sons that are geniuses that can do things like pick up somebody's destroyed planer for nothing or a little of nothing and then rebuild it into something that will literally plane great big pieces of lumber. Okay, most of you don't even have sons, frankly, that are smart enough to pour piss out of the boot without distractions on the side. If they were that motivated in the first place. Okay.
Mean.
Yeah. Well, they know who they are. Okay? So, basically, it's very simple. Don't put your hand in the tool. And then you're just going to do it until you get it as smooth as you need to get it. And like I said, I had mostly done it when Lynn got over here. You can see I got a nice smooth on there.
Right.
Yeah. You want to be careful not to put your hand into it. Probably one of those things I should tell you, don't do it the way I do. I'm sure you're supposed to use a tool or some fucking thing. And I know for a fact that little Willie took the safety guards off of it, and then I took more safety guards off of it.
Yeah.
And there we go. And we're ready for the next step.
Which is inside.
Which is inside. So this is a very small bathroom, but it's the one that most people use on this end. It's what we call the guest bathroom because people can come in and out of it. And both of the smaller rooms use this. When we have these rooms rented out, this is the bathroom for both of those.
And this is the sink.
And this is the sink. Now, let me tell you my little sad tale of woe. About the time I was going to fix this sink, because the hot water didn't work. Why didn't the hot water work? Well, little Willie had used about 70,000 pounds of plumber's epoxy, and he still couldn't get it to quit leaking, so he just turned the hot water off. Well, there was no fixing it without getting rid of the faucet and replacing the faucet, but the faucet was basically glued to the bottom of the sink with all that stuff, so I had to pull the sink. Okay, no big problem. About 3 years ago, I was getting ready to do that because we were going to open up in a few months and I wanted to have the bathroom fixed. When I was in a production at the local playhouse in Mulberry, and one of the other actors ran into me in the dark out knocked me down, and I fell and hit my fucking rib cage on the corner of the prop bed. Those of you who have been in theater know that a prop bed does not have a mattress.
Nope.
So I hit my rib cage on plywood and 2x4s and broke my ribs on opening night. I cracked 3 ribs through here and I splayed the entire side. I literally had a rib that was not broken, this little one on the bottom, sticking straight out. So that was a lot of fun. So obviously, I did not want to crawl under the sink. As you can tell, it's a very small hole. I did not want to crawl under here and lay on this with my broke-ass rib cage and reach up there and get the sink out. So I just replumbed this sink. And as you can tell, talk about, I don't know if you can get there in there with a light. Do you have any light? No.
You can see it.
You can see it? Okay, see there's the original turn off. Now, and then these I had to put in. Why? Because they didn't make a freaking coupling to go from that to that. And you're like, well, you got shut us. Why didn't you just shut it off at the main line? The main line is literally a block away.
Yes.
And the shut off for this house does not just shut off. You have to sit and dick with it. So it's me screaming at Lynn for an hour and running back and forth on the mower.
Yeah.
To turn the motherfucker off.
Right.
So I thought, fuck that shit. So I did it. Okay, but then, because I did that, this feed, this fucking thing, which had never leaked, all of a sudden, because I moved it around, it started to leak.
Of course.
So, as you notice, I did Little Willie fixed, and that's 7,000 pounds of plumber's epoxy.
But it doesn't leak.
Okay. So that's my sad tale of woe of why this is just now getting done. And the guests would come in here, did you know there's no hot water in that bathroom? It's like, why do you need hot water in the bathroom? There's hot water in the kitchen sink.
There's hot water in the tub.
Freaking, okay.
There's hot water in the tub
There's
and
hot water
shower.
in the tub. Who cares about the freaking sink? Okay, so let's see if I actually cut these correctly. Oh, it's perfect.
Brilliant.
I can't stand it.
Brilliant.
Okay, so just a little bit warped.
So you're going to put it up.
Okay, so I'm going to put this up. Okay, so this is going to the bottom of what's already here.
Right.
And then I'm going to kick this, and then it's going to go up, because that's where I'm pouring concrete to.
Okay, so that's your form
Okay,
as well as your edge.
So the first thing I'm going to do, and why am I not using liquid nails the way I usually do? Because I don't want to have to waste an entire thing of liquid nails. This looks like some fucker left it open.
No.
And by fucker, I mean me. That would suck. It's still good. I wonder if it'll come out though, without me taking my pocket knife and a pair of pliers to it. Life! Don't talk to me about life! So,
Yep, it came out.
there it goes. She's perfect. I knew that. I was not worried at all. But the reason why I'm not using liquid nails is because I don't know when. If I know I'm going to be using a thing of liquid nails within a month, I'll just go ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag, and it'll still be good. You go past a month, I don't care what you do to caulking tubes, they don't last. So, okay, so I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to use my stapler.
Yes. Is it going to get loud?
No, I shouldn't until the thing kicks on. Okay, so I gotta get that on there. I just put some staples in there to hold it. Now see, there you go. Now I gotta do this one. And you can see I did not smooth the inside at all, because why would I?
Exactly.
Cement's gonna come up against it.
Well, and it'll hold the cement better.
It'll help hold the cement better, yeah. There's that too. But mostly it's because I didn't want to. I'm like, what's the hell's the point? Okay, so come out of there. So I'm going to do another glue edge. No, you don't have to do it perfectly smooth. I love this thing where the people are like measuring how much glue and all this shit. It's like, you can do all that shit, or you can get the motherfucker done. Okay, now, I didn't put glue on that one, because all I gotta do is put glue on this one. Now the joint will be closed. Now I'm going to start by lining up that joint and putting it in first, because if I have a gap at that other end, I don't give a shit. But if I have a gap at that corner, it's going to suck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the corner exactly where I want it. And I get it exactly where I want it. My lovely assistant Lynn is holding the other end. And then I'm going to put one staple in there to hold it. And then I'll put the rest of it down where it belongs. You know it's hot when that little puff of air makes you feel, ooh, I feel
That's
like,
cool.
sometimes I feel like I'm skating in an icicle. And there's a fucking icicle up my butt and I feel cool.
Alrighty then.
And I don't even have a peppermint patty.
No,
Peppermint
she was
patty,
busy.
that's a queer chick,
She
come
was
on.
busy, yeah.
Right, peppermint patty, I mean, come on. You know, and fucking peanuts, come on, I knew. We all knew. Peppermint patty wasn't fooling anybody. Neither was Schroeder, for that matter. Okay, so that's it for a while.
Okay.
All right, so I'm cutting this mesh, and as you can see, I'm using a beautiful piece that's brand new and has never been used before.
Liar.
Why would I use something new? It's not going to show. And I have to cut it into little bitty pieces. So this ought to be enough to do this. What's this for? This is so that the cement has something to grab onto, and when it cures, it doesn't crack. Okay, so basically, I just put it down, and then I don't want it moving around. So I'm going to take some of these. Thank you again, Tony. And I'm just going to screw it down a little bit. Okay, and then I'll kind of hold it in place,
And it gives it an upward.
and it gives the cement another place to
Yeah.
anchor to.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't have to put in a lot, because, hello, cement's on top of it. It's
Right.
not going anywhere.
No.
But yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's that.
And so you're going to cut a bunch of pieces and put them around
Okay,
that.
so, and I'm cutting them today, I'm cutting with 10 snips, because why not? But there are times when I'm cutting this kind of stuff, I actually use my angle grinder with a metal saw because it's really fast.
Yes.
But for something like this,
Well,
I
and
kinda,
you're inside too. So.
yeah, I'm inside, and there's all that. But anyway, so I'll be cutting it, and oh, look how exacting it is. I'm just going to go like that, and then I'm just going to cut. And it comes out however it wants, because it doesn't have to be exacting. All it's got to do is hold the cement and keep it from cracking. So as long as I've got it, I can overlap it, I can whatever I want to do. Yeah, but this is salvaged wire that I'm using here. It's not even salvaged from one of my projects, it's salvaged from somebody else's. And I'm just going to stick one in that one, because when I overlap, I'll probably wind up getting another one in it.
Okay, you want me to come back when you're done, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So that worked out better than expected. I used up all the wire, and it was just enough wire.
It certainly is. Perfect.
Amen. Amen. So, every once in a while, something works out. Not very often, but every once in a while. So, I've got some glue in there, but I put that toilet paper away because it's right under where, if I'm going to get any drippage from the cement,
Right.
it's going to be right there.
Right, right.
So, you kind of have to watch for
Oh, so
that.
part of the reason for the glue is in case there's water seepage from the cement?
From water seepage, okay, and I'm glad you said that, because I forgot to tell them this. Okay, look down here. Okay, about 3 days ago I came in here and I put a silicone seal
Yeah.
all the way around this sink.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so that way, if the people spill shit, it's still not going to get underneath the sink. It's going
Right.
to be completely sealed, so that's what you're going for. And see how crappy it looks where I got paint all over everything, and
Yeah, well.
that's not even, and that's not even, and when I get done, all that be covered up.
Oh my goodness, what a shock.
It'd be a miracle.
Oh, are we going to close it?
Yes. I'm sure that was somebody else's fault that didn't get closed before. I might have broke it a little. Obviously, I'm going to have to take it apart and clean it.
No.
And get it closed. Yeah.
Well, we'll do that off camera.
Men, I'm sure you know this. Don't put your long thing so hard.
Then it
It can
bends.
bend. Now my glue has Peyronie's disease. But there you go. Did you get an ass shot just because you could?
Just because I could. So
Get off the damn